Gratitude, gratitude, gratitude. Gratitude is so important, and even Neville Goddard spoke about this, that the easiest way to manifest things and create things to come into your world very quickly is to be in a state of gratitude and notice the things that you have in your life right now. Because a lot of people get so focused on the things that they want to have, and they forget about the things that they already have. And it puts them in a state and a frequency and an energy of lack, of complete lack, and not the state of abundance. Because feeling is the secret. And when you're in a state of gratitude and you appreciate everything that you have in your life right now, and you start noticing that and you're training your mind to do that, you're constantly in a state of abundance. And you're falling asleep and impressing the subconscious mind with having everything that you want. So if you think about it, when you're trying to manifest more money in your world and you catch yourself just thinking of that happening to you, like you're excited about something that you don't quite have yet, and you're focused on this thing, maybe with no expectation of it, but just thinking of it, but not thinking from it, that's in a state of lack. When you're thinking of having more money, it means that you don't actually have it, and you're not grateful for the things that you have in your world, and you're actually in a state of lack. So you have to be in the state from it, and that's what gratitude does for you. It automatically puts you in the state of thinking from the end. You are thinking from the end when you are in a state of gratitude and abundance. And that's why Neville Goddard said that the easiest, most simple way to manifest something in your life, not even specific, but just in a broad way, to allow the subconscious to bring it to you and dictate those events, is just to be in a state of gratitude by looking around the room wherever you are and noticing things that you already have, noticing your family, your friends, all the small things that you can walk outside whenever you want. You have a fridge, you have some food in your refrigerator, you have clean running water, you have lungs to breathe with, you have 2 eyes to see with, 2 ears to hear with. There's so many different things that you have in your life right now that you may have forgotten about, and it's put you in a state of lack. And if you're missing things in your life and you have that mindset, then you're automatically thinking of things. You're thinking of a new life that you don't have yet. And remember, the present moment is the only moment that's real. And that's when you're thinking from it. You're thinking from it because right now you have everything. Getting in that state, how would you feel right now if you had everything that you wanted? And that's the same frequency of just being grateful in your world. And you're being happy about everything that you already have. And you can do this, you can train yourself to do this. Just by looking around the room. Just by programming yourself to always be finding these things that you have in your life you already have. And it doesn't matter. Even when I was in prison, when I had a little box like this, a little storage box with all of my possessions in it, but absolutely nothing. No phone, all these different things I didn't have that everyone in the free world has. I was able to find that gratitude while I was there. I was able to find little things that I had in my world, that I had 2 legs to walk with, that I could still breathe, that I wasn't in a wheelchair, all these different things. Like my grandfather said, if you don't have a pair of shoes, if you have no pair of shoes, you can't afford a pair of shoes, notice somebody with no feet. Notice someone that doesn't have feet. And when you get your mindset to this level and you start looking at your world this way, you're automatically in a state of abundance. When you don't have money for a car, you have to walk and take the bus. Notice someone that doesn't have legs, doesn't have feet. They can't even walk to the bus. They're stuck. They can't even walk. And you have the ability to walk. You're in a state of lack when you're in that mindset. And you're actually, the subconscious mind can feel these things. So it starts taking more things from you. And the reason why I know this is because I used to be ungrateful. Like before I went to prison, I was ungrateful for everything that I had in my life. I didn't appreciate anything that I had in my life. I didn't see anything, but I had millions of things in my life that were tremendous, that were just great. But I forgot I didn't notice them. I didn't have the mindset to realize this. So I was always in a state of lack. Then it drove me to this place, prison, to where it showed me, listen, you now look back and see what you had. Look what you had before. Now look what you have. I took The subconscious mind or God took 99% of everything from me, stripped everything from me, took everything from me, and put me in prison. I was able to find gratitude there. Once that happened, I looked back and I will never make that mistake again, because I know that's one of the main factors of what put me there, is so I could reflect with the proper mindset and see the millions of things I had in my life. And that way I could use that for my future self and learn that the proper way to be in a state of abundance and use the law of assumption and think from the end is the first part. The most powerful part is to be grateful for everything that you already have. You're in a state of abundance. You're thinking from the end, just being in the state of abundance by looking around the room, noticing everything that you have in your world right now. You can have a cup of coffee whenever you want, a drink of water whenever you want. You can go outside whenever you want. You can breathe. You're alive. I had to be fortunate for those things. I didn't have those things. In prison, you can't just drink a cup of coffee whenever you want. You can't just go outside whenever you want. You can't just go get water whenever you want. You can't even go to the bathroom whenever you want. You know, those things were all taken from me. That's what I needed to see in order for me to understand that how much worse it can get in a state of lack. And once I realized that, looking back, I'm like, oh, now that I'm out, I can do anything that I want. But I'm grateful now, and I stay in a state of gratitude because I've been to that level way down here where I had absolutely nothing, but I was able to find gratitude there. Like when I was in prison, just to be able to find a book that I could read and enjoy on the law of assumption or personal development was like Christmas morning to me. You know, like even just getting a book, or having a good conversation with a family member or a friend, something like that was so cherished because it's so limited. You're limited to these things, and you don't realize what you have in your world till it's no longer there. And it was taken from me because I was in a state of lack. I didn't appreciate the things that I had in my life. I was always wanting and looking at things that I didn't have in my life, rather than looking at things that I did. And it slowly just was all taken from me in that state. And it works in the complete opposite if you do it the other way. If you focus on all the things that you have in your life and you're grateful for those things, then that grows. The subconscious mind feels it and it starts bringing new things to you because you're in a higher state of frequency, thinking from the end. That's the highest state you could be in, is thinking from the end in that frequency of love and gratitude for your world. So if you want to manifest a great life, create an entirely new life for you, find that state of gratitude. Have love and gratitude and appreciation for your world as it is right now. Because remember, we're living in an observatory world. The way that you observe something changes it. And when you're in a state of gratitude and everything that comes your way, the subconscious mind doesn't know. It's just a coin. There's not heads, there's not tails. It's just a coin until you observe it and your perception of it, the way that you are assuming it to be. And if you're assuming in a grateful mindset, then it's going to be a positive thing every single time. And the subconscious mind feels the way that you're responding to your observation and your perception of what's happening. And you're in a state of gratitude. You change everything that's happening. You're shifting to different worlds while you're reacting positively to everything that's happening in your world. And then good things start happening. Even if they appear to be bad at first, you're still grateful for those things. You're still grateful for even the bad things. And then they're no longer bad. Then they become positive. And then they take you to that next level. And then the doors keep opening and 10xing as you go. 100x keeps going. And another thing about gratitude and manifestation and creating the life of your dreams is if you even think, why would you want to manifest something in a state of lack? Because you're not going to do it anyways. But why would you want to be in that state of lack? When you're not appreciative for everything that you already have, and you're in this state of lack, and you're trying to manifest these other things because you're not currently happy, and the only moment that's real is the present moment. So you may manifest these things, but they're not going to change your state of frequency. You may manifest things like temporarily because you're thinking of it, not from it, if you're not in the present moment with gratitude. And when you manifest those things, something's going to happen that's going to take it away because you're thinking of it. You're not changing your concept of yourself, changing your frequencies, changing your feeling states in the present moment and being grateful and loving your world the way that it is. And remember the way the fourth dimension sees you, the subconscious mind. The way God sees you is from the day that you were born till the day you die, all at one moment. So the present moment is only moment that's real. The past is already finished. The future is already finished. So what do you feel in the present moment, thinking from it? And when you're grateful in the present moment, you are living in the end. You are living as if you already have everything that you desire. And this is a cheat code to manifestation, to bringing new things into your world. Just try it for a week. Write down things every day that you're grateful for. Make sure they're all different. Write 100 things down. You should be able to easily write down 100 things that you're grateful for in the morning and at night. Very simply. And when you keep doing this, even for a week, you're training your mind. So when you're unconsciously going about your day, your mind is already seeing everything that you're grateful for. It's like training an animal. You're training your mind to see everything in the most favorable light to you, in a state of gratitude, in a state of love, everything that you already have in your life. Then you're in a higher frequency. You're acting different. You're responding to people different. You're doing your work differently. And every sort of interaction that you have, you're in a completely higher state of frequency because of this state of gratitude in the present moment. And you're attracting all these new things to come into you from that frequency. And simply put, and something that we already know and we already cover that Neville Goddard explains, is feeling is the secret. Feeling is the secret. The acceptance of the end. Being grateful in the present moment. It's all connected. All of that is all connected. It's all subsumed within the one element. And this is the secret to manifestation. If you have trouble visualizing, you have trouble with your attention, whatever it is, just start writing down these things and be disciplined and write them down and train your mind to become very grateful for everything that you already have in your life. And believe, I don't care what you're going through. I was in prison. I was in prison for 8.5 years. And I found gratitude there, with absolutely no material possessions whatsoever, because those material possessions truly don't make you happy. You have to change your concept of yourself. That's what makes you happy. Changing your concept of yourself to be a grateful person in the present moment, raising your frequencies and just being in love with your life, being in love with everything that's happening to you, regardless of where you are. And you will manifest great things to come into your life. And I attribute that to my success getting out. Is my state of gratitude, being grateful and appreciative for everything that's happening to me. And like I said, it doesn't matter what you're going through right now. It doesn't matter what you're going through right now. You can find gratitude and love for your world just as it is. Right now, start writing things down. Start writing things down, because if you don't, you're in that low frequency and you're not, because we forget. It's very easy to start forgetting. You're focusing on the things you don't have and you're thinking of what you don't have. You're thinking of these things that you want, but you don't really have them because you're not thinking from it. In the state of gratitude, you automatically are thinking from your wish fulfilled, thinking from it, living in the end. Gratitude. Start doing it today. Start writing down things today. Start doing it in your mind. Look through wherever you are right now. Focus on the things that you have. Focus on everything you have. You're able to walk. You're able to talk. You're able to breathe. You're alive. You have 2 hands. You have 10 fingers, possibly. You have feet, you have shoes, you have clothes, you have clean water to drink. You can walk outside whenever you want. You can enjoy the sunlight or wherever you are. You're able to get fresh air wherever you are. You can walk outside. You can drive a car. You can walk down the street. There's so many different things in your world right now to be grateful for. And when you start just transitioning your mindset to that, you're automatically thinking from the end. And I can tell you from experience that if you're not grateful for everything you have in your life, you can start to lose those things that you already have. And when it becomes, a really repetitious, with these feeling states, and you continue in those feeling states, you will continue to lose more and more and more as you're not grateful and thinking from the end with everything that you already have in your life. And I've experienced this to happen to me. And that's why I'm bringing this message to you, because I love you all. And I will see you in the next video.
All I'm offering is the truth, nothing more.